The trial itself will take place in the throne room. She is no longer Queen Liliuokalani. She is Mrs. Lydia Dominus, a common citizen, a traitor, a person who has attempted to bring the law into her own hands as she had done before.
She wrote, "The only charge against me really was that of being a queen. The object was evidently to humiliate me, to make me break down in the presence of the staring crowd. But in this they were disappointed." Liliuokalani was sentenced to 5 years of hard labor and fined $5,000. Neither was ever imposed. But she would be imprisoned in a small room on the second floor of the palace. Here she was denied all reading material except for her prayer book. During this time, she composed a number of pieces, including the Queen's Prayer. Fearing that she would die a prisoner, Liliuokalani embroidered a quilt with a record of her life. Lydia Kamakaeha Liliuokalani ascended the throne January 29, 1891, dethroned January 17, 1893. Imprisoned at Iolani Palace, we began this quilt there. It was during her imprisonment that she would formally abdicate the throne.
Under the threat that 6 of her people will be executed, she signs a document that is not only an abdication for herself, but a statement that the monarchy itself is over, that the kingdom is no more. The news strikes the Hawaiian people with great force because to them she was still queen.
On September 6, 1895, after 8 months' imprisonment, Liliuokalani was released on parole to Washington Place. It would take another 2 years before her civil rights were fully restored. The provisional government had established the Republic of Hawaii with Sanford Dole as president, but they had still not succeeded in their ultimate goal, annexation to the United States. In 1898, when the Spanish-American War broke out, American troops headed to the Philippines. President McKinley recognized the strategic value of Hawaii and supported a congressional resolution for annexation. On August 12, 1898, in a grand ceremony, President Dole formally yielded the sovereignty and public property of the Hawaiian Islands to the United States. The Stars and Stripes was slowly raised over Iolani Palace, and the Hawaiian flag was brought down for the last time. But few Hawaiians would witness the ceremony. Most spent the day at home, behind closed blinds.
On the actual day of annexation, the Queen shuttered herself at Washington Place, surrounded by her court, by the princes, by her ladies-in-waiting, and they had a solemn picture taken. On the other side at Iolani Palace, there were sharpshooters pointed out. There was still tension in the air that something might happen, but when the Hawaiian flag was lowered, it was said that it was cut into small little 2 to 3 inch ribbons and given out as tokens of remembrance to the sons and daughters of the missionary families, so that they could keep those as little tokens of their great victory over the Hawaiian kingdom and the end of the tyranny of the Hawaiian monarchy.
Liliuokalani would live for another 20 years as an American citizen in the United States territory of Hawaii. By the time of her death at the age of 79, she had become the embodiment of the kingdom itself and of its loss. For weeks after her funeral, strange events were recorded in the islands. Volcanoes erupted, and the seas turned an odd hue from the sudden appearance of a multitude of red fish. It was as if the elements recognized that the kingdom was no more.